I've spent 7 years backpacking and I finally found the best alcohol stove. And even though that you might not like alcohol stoves, you might like this stove. So let's get into the video. What makes up a great backpacking stove? Well, there's 3 different things. One, you want to make sure that the stats meet what you like doing. You don't want to have something that's too heavy. If it's too heavy, I'm not going to even look at it. And I'll just go ahead and just push it off to the side and look at the next best option. 2, alcohol efficiency. Like, what is the boiling time? What is the burn time? How much alcohol is actually being wasted? Number 3, reliability. Now, how well does this alcohol stove work? How does this backpacking stove work? When you get back into camp, is it very difficult to set up? Is it hard to use? Can it work in the wind? Can it work in the rain? All that stuff does matter when it comes on how well does it actually work. Reliability. The hot flame, this is the alcohol stove that I've been wanting to show you about. And this only costs you $9, well actually $9.95 on Etsy, which for 10 bucks you really can't complain. It's an alcohol stove, it's ultra light, and I'm gonna go over a lot of the fun facts about it. But what this is made out of is, it looks like it's some kind of aluminum can with some fireproof little fabric right here, and pretty much all you do is just put some alcohol in here and you light it. It works that simple. But let's get into some of the stats on this stove right here. All right, some of the stats. So let's take a quick weight, and we're gonna weigh this in ounces first. So we're looking at 0.4 ounces. Check out the grams. 12 grams, which is very light for any kind of stove. And let's take a measurement. Base is about 2 inches, and then it sits up about almost 1 inch. And I like to look in the inside too, just in case if you want to make this. And it comes with this little fabric right here, and this is actually pretty thick. It says on the website this is 17 millimeters, and this thing will soak up with alcohol. All right, so here's the stove, and we're gonna put in a full ounce of alcohol in here, and I'm using heat, which is very similar to denatured alcohol, but this is what I prefer just because it's so simple to get. It's actually a lot, and I'm gonna dump it in here, hopefully not spill it anywhere. Okay, spilled it a little bit, and we're gonna put 8 ounces of water in here. Let's go ahead and light it. Very simple to light. It's already lit, and we're gonna start the clock for the burn time right over here. So that's the burn time, and this clock over here is going to be for the boiling time. And we'll hit start now and put in the temperature. All right, we're going on almost 4 minutes of a burn time, and the boiling time is right there. We're almost at a boil, and this stove does require you use a stand. And I do have other stoves that you might want to take a look at that don't require stands, and I'll just link the link right over here at the very top. The Grand Winnie Pro is actually one of the lightest stoves that you can find, and then there's also the bricks too, which are a lot of fun. Getting very close. We're at 210. We're at 5 minutes. I'm hearing a lot of noise going on, almost a boil. As soon as this thing goes off, I can go ahead and hit the stop button. We're gonna say 5 minutes and 20 seconds was the boiling time for this, and the burn time is still going. All right, I'm actually going to take this thing off just so you can see the flame. And when I grab this right here is pretty hot, so you just got to watch out when you grab this. So that is the flame. That's actually still going really good. And if you look at the time, you're at 7 minutes and 30 seconds, and that flame is still going very powerful. Just hit the 9-minute mark, and that flame is still going very consistent. About to hit the 10-minute mark, and the flame is getting a little bit lower, but you can still see that it's still pretty high. Wow, you're not gonna believe this. We're at 11 minutes right now. All right, it looks like it's getting a little bit lower, but again, we're at 12 minutes, and that flame is still pretty high. This is why I really like this stove, especially if you're cooking. If you like to cook like eggs or peppers or anything, this actually cooks a little bit slower and not so much heat all at once. We're at 13 minutes. Jeez. Lucky number 13. I can't believe this flame is still going on. Oh my goodness. This thing's going on 14 minutes of a burn time with just 1 ounce of alcohol. Let me know if you have any alcohol stove that's better than this one. I would love to test it out. It's still going. Just die already. Hurry up. 14 and a half minutes. Pulsating. Done. 14 and 35 seconds. Wow. So I'm gonna be completely honest. I actually never put a full ounce of alcohol in this, and I'm just gonna, just for giggles, I'm gonna go ahead and put a half an ounce, and we'll just speed to get a boiling time. Hit start. So this is just with a half an ounce of alcohol. So we're going on 5 minutes of the boiling time. We can actually start to hear some music going on. We're at 2:11. Okay, so 5 minutes and 30 seconds. So now let me display what I really like about this stove. So let me take this off, and I'm just gonna let this clock go for a little bit longer, and let me show you something cool. Okay, 100 minutes later, let's see if this thing still works. Yep, we still have a flame going on. Let me go ahead and dim the light so you can actually see. Not much of a flame, but it's still there. And this is why I really like this stove. So I've done this a couple times where I've used this at nighttime, and then, you know, I run out of, well, I get my boil, and I've actually never seen it happen before. That's actually really cool. Then in the morning, I still have some leftover alcohol, and I can blow this out, cover this up. Ow, that's actually pretty hot. I can cover this up, and then in the morning, I can go ahead and redo another boil. Ouch. So what are my final thoughts on this stove? Well, just based on the stats. The stats alone make this an excellent choice for a ultralight backpacking stove. And as far as how the alcohol efficiency is, well, you just watched that last demonstration. You can actually get a boil out of this and then wait maybe 2 or 3 days later and still get another boil. So the alcohol efficiency is amazing. And how reliable is it? Well, I've used it in the rain, I used it in the wind, but one thing I haven't done yet is used it in the wintertime. That's something that I plan on doing this coming season. And if you want to watch other backpacking videos where I'm testing out alcohol stoves, you might want to look there. Again, this is Coach Bill 315, and
Hot wing, baby! Yeah, buddy! Subscribe!